Everything I'm wearing right now, I purchased from a secondhand store. The total price of this outfit is about $20. If you're like me, you've noticed fashion trends rising and fading extremely fast. And in order to stay in style and not break the bank, many of us have resorted to buying from thrift stores. As a young person who likes fashion, thrifting has become something I'm very passionate about for many reasons. Thrifting is not only good for the environment, but you can also find really cool and unique items that don't contribute to the problem of fast fashion. Today we will discuss some reasons why buying secondhand is the better option. For example, by not supporting fast fashion, you can contribute to the reduction of textile waste, which is a major polluter to the world, and not support companies who treat their workers inhumanely, and instead support local communities with opportunities to find individualized items. First, let me tell you some things you may not know about fast fashion. Fast fashion is the mass overproduction and frequent introduction of new styles. Fast fashion takes a huge toll on the environment for many reasons. An article called 10 Concerning Fast Fashion Waste Statistics on earth.org says that 92 million tons of textile waste is produced every year. This means a garbage truck of clothes ends up in a landfill every second. Lower quality clothes lead to quicker discarding of textiles, which end up in landfills, and production of trendy styles is quickly swapped out for newer and better styles. According to One New Humanity, the fashion industry uses billions of cubic meters of water each year and pollutes air and water supplies around the world. Fast fashion is dependent on cheap synthetic materials like synthetic fiber, making textiles one of the biggest plastic polluters in the world. The social toll of the fashion industry is just as harmful to the environment as it is to the people working and living near garment factories. This can be exemplified by the Rana Plaza factory collapse in Bangladesh in 2013, when over 1,100 people were killed and over 2,500 people more were injured when the illegally constructed factory collapsed, the majority of the victims being female garment workers. According to Time magazine, the fashion companies like Shein violate child labor laws and don't pay their workers enough. Shein is the world's most popular fashion brand, yet their factory employees work 18 hours a day with 1 day off per month. And like I mentioned, they violate child labor laws. Brands like Nike, Shein, Urban Outfitters, Free People, Gap, Victoria's Secret, PacSun, and Amazon are all fast fashion, and that list could go on forever. The fashion industry is in need of drastic ethical reform. We know that fast fashion is harmful on environmental, ethical, and social grounds. One way to still buy clothes but remain ethically conscious is shopping secondhand, or what us Gen Zs like to call thrifting. You can find unique and one-of-a-kind items at a thrift store. Who wants to be wearing the same outfit as anyone anyways? Expert testimonials like myself and others can vouch for some great finds at the thrift store, like this totally real Prada messenger bag, or this vintage faux fur coat. You can find valuable items like name brand clothes, accessory and shoes, dishware, books, records, decorations, jewelry, and furniture all at the thrift store. There's also apps like Depop, Poshmark, ThredUp, and Curtsy where you can shop secondhand items. There are also so many places to shop secondhand or locally, like Goodwill and Salvation Army, obviously, but there's estate sales, garage sales, flea markets, farmers market, and places like Plato's Closet and consignment shops. Now, some opposers to thrifting may argue that secondhand clothing doesn't make that much of a difference, or that because the rising popularity in thrifting is causing thrift stores to raise their prices, making it less affordable to lower income families. But I'm here to tell you that there is more benefit than harm to thrifting. The prices at thrift stores are rising. but like everything else, it's due to inflation and not the increasing popularity of thrifting. A Goodwill employee, Gordon, says that Goodwill tries to maintain its store's availability even as the trend of thrifting shifts and product prices gradually rise. Stores like Salvation Army and Goodwill use the funds from their clothes to fund services like HIV testing, employment placement services, and job training. Just be mindful of the space you're taking up and your intention in purchasing the items. Consider donating each time you go visit a Goodwill, and wear the clothes that you already have. If every consumer this year bought just one secondhand garment instead of a new one, it would lower CO2 emissions by more than 2 billion pounds, equal to taking 76 million cars off the road for a day and save about 23 billion gallons of water, according to ThredUp's report. Because of the sustainability aspects of shopping secondhand, it's clear that it's the better choice. By opting for secondhand clothes rather than buying new, you cannot support the fast fashion industry cycle, which means you aren't contributing to the mistreatment of workers and the wastefulness of that industry. With thrifting, you can find individualized clothing items rather than following the crowd and quickly fading trends. Again, with thrifting, you can not only find cool and unique items, but you can help the movement away from fast fashion. So the next time you go to buy something, I hope you consider the environmental and social effects it may have and choose to shop secondhand instead.